debate that took place yesterday between brother Sami Zatary, who is one of the site's authors, and Sam Shamoun on the topic of Is Jesus God? I would like to congratulate brother Sami for his sound victory over Shamoun, and unfortunately for Sam Shamoun, all he could do is throw insults and foul words at brother Sami, me personally, and Islam, while brother Sami kept his good manners and also thanked Sam Shamoun as well. I'd like to mention a few points where Sam Shamoun fell short with brother Sami. Sam Shamoun failed to address brother Sami's challenge in his opening argument. Sam Shamoun made circular arguments affirming brother Sami's arguments. Brother Sami addressed all of Shamoun's points while Shamoun ignored many of brother Sami's points, and brother Sami kept reminding him of them. Sam Shamoun lied 3 to 4 times by making false claims and misquoting brother Sami. Near the end of the debate, Shamoun lost himself and started throwing insults and foul remarks on brother Sami, me personally, and Islam. Throughout the debate, he tried to score cheap points with cheap debate tactics such as mocking and silly gestures. Throughout the debate, he insulted Islam and then got mad when brother Sami exposed his satanic spirit for inspiring him to be such an evil man. Sam Shamoun broke the rules and blocked brother Sami from talking by red dotting him, which is basically preventing him from speaking on the microphone, since Sam Shamoun was the administrator of the chat room, and he restricted brother Sami's ability to go on the microphone to respond. And finally, Sam Shamoun failed to prove that Jesus is the creator of the universe. Let us now listen to the debate and see how Sam Shamoun lost miserably and got humiliated with good logic.
Each of us is going to have 4 minutes. 4 minutes, right? And since Is Jesus God is a Christian topic, I'll be the one defending that proposition. Answering Christianity can begin by asking me a question. But before we do that, he's asked for 2-minute opening statements, which we will do. But let me get the timekeeper ready. Let's see if the timekeeper is ready. Is the timekeeper here? What happened to Tweety? Okay, Tweety. We're going to give 2-minute opening statements. Is Jesus God? So keep time. But again, I'm going to ask you to answer Christianity. Do you want me to go first answering Christianity? Or do you want to... Okay. 2 minutes opening statements, and then we're going to have 4 minutes each back and forth. Please keep time. And just to be fair, let us know, for example, when we're at the 3-minute mark, 2-minute mark, 1 minute, and then let us know time. He's got a 2-minute opening statement, and I'll follow it up. Okay, answering Christianity, you can begin.
Can someone just invite Karim Sunni? So, okay, anyway, you can start my time. Tonight's topic, as everyone knows, is quite simple. Is Jesus God? Of course, I don't believe he's God. And I don't believe the first 4 Gospels of Mark, Matthew, Luke, and John. I don't believe they preach he's God at all. I believe they preach that he's the Messiah, a prophet, and that's it. And he did mighty miracles and great works. As a Muslim, I believe Jesus was a prophet, the Messiah, and I said no cheerleading. So answering Islam, tell your Sarah no cheerleading on the text, no lols, no laughing. Let's keep it a bit serious, please. So me, as a Muslim, I believe Jesus is the Messiah, the prophet, born of a virgin birth, a miracle birth from the Virgin Mary. And I'm not going to quote any Quranic passages to prove my point. What I will do by the end of the debate is show that actually the New Testament and the Quran are actually in agreement on most terms. But again, when I prove my point that Jesus is not God, I'm not going to quote anything from the Quran. I'm just going to quote the New Testament. That's it. No hadith, no Bible, no Quran, and that's it. So I just want to make this opening statement so the people at home who are going to listen to this later know my position, and they will know your position, and they're going to know what we're debating. So anyway, the mic is yours. so then you can come give your 2 minutes, and I can go with my 4. So thank you.
Okay, I want you to note the first thing. He first said, Matthew, Mark, Luke, and John do not teach that Jesus is God. But then he expanded that in his final comments by saying that the New Testament, he will show, agrees with the Quran. So he went above and beyond the 4 Gospels to include the New Testament. I don't want you to forget that. It's being recorded. The New Testament agrees with the Quran that Jesus is not God. This is what he said. Right? So I'm glad you stated that. Now, the Christian position is very basic and very simple. Based on the New Testament, we believe that Jesus is fully God, has all the essential attributes of deity, who also became a true human being. A true human being, yet without sin. So the Bible will teach that Christ is God and has the attributes of God, and man and has the attributes of humanity simultaneously. It's not either or. Any attack on the Christian belief on the deity of Christ that seeks to affirm that he's fully human will be a straw man, a distortion of what we believe as Christians on the testimony of the Bible. Furthermore, the very New Testament also teaches that Jesus is personally distinct from the Father and the Spirit, so any references to Jesus praying to God does not refute the doctrine of the Trinity on the basis of what the Bible teaches. It only exposes the person's ignorance and distortion of historic Christian teaching. So again, let me repeat again. We believe on the basis of God's true word, the New Testament, that Jesus is fully God and fully human. 2 natures united in one person, not either or but both and that there are 3 persons who are distinct that exist as one God. Anything that seeks to undermine the Trinity that doesn't take that into consideration is a distortion and shows that the person has no case against what the Bible teaches. Well, go ahead. It's your turn answering Christianity to take the mic and ask what you want. Time. 4 minutes, Tweety. Thanks.
Okay. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. It's good to debate here, as it's all mostly Christians, like a church. First of all, when I said the New Testament, from context, everyone I think agrees with me and can see that I meant Mark, Luke, John, and Matthew. I said those 4 books, then I said New Testament, referring to them. So anyway, my first argument is actually quite a simple one. It's very simple. You Christians, you probably heard it over and over again, and you probably think it's a bit funny, but maybe not. It's actually very simple. My first argument is this. You come to me saying Jesus is God. Okay, that's fair enough. Forget everything he did. Forget all of that. I just want you to bring me the simple quote where Jesus said what? Where Jesus said what? Where Jesus said, I am God. Can you bring me that? That's all I ask for. Because you're telling me Jesus is God, and then you're making false witness. I've never even seen him make that comment once. So why should I believe in Jesus when he himself never says God? Who do you want me to believe? Do you want me to believe your word or Jesus? Now, the reason why actually this is a good argument is because you say Jesus is the God of the Old Testament, so therefore they're the same God. But when we read the Old Testament, God time and time again makes it clear, and he says, I am God. Let me quote a few references for you from the Old Testament. This is just to show that in the Old Testament, God said he's God. So why in the New Testament, the first 4 books, Jesus never says it once? Exodus 22, I am the Lord thy God. Psalms 46:10, be still and know that I am God. Psalms 81, verse 10, I am the Lord thy God. Isaiah 45, verse 3, the ending, I am the God of Israel. Isaiah 45, I am the Lord and there is no one else, no God beside me. Why does Jesus never say, I am God, there is no God beside me? All you're telling me, you're bringing me these verses, John 1:1, you're going to bring that up. In the beginning was the Word, and the Word was with God, and the Word was God. Was that Jesus speaking? I don't think so. That was someone else speaking. And first of all, that actually doesn't really prove anything, that verse to me, but you can bring it up later. But bring me something from Jesus' own words where he said, I am God. Not I am, or this and that. Just the explicit, simple verse. And it's in God's nature, that he says, I am God, I am the Lord, there's no one else beside me. Jesus never says it once. Coincidence? I don't think so. Was Jesus shy? Is Jesus shy to go say, I'm God? Is God shy of the people? What are you going to say? Are you going to tell me that Jesus as man, he didn't tell the people I am God because it would be too strange for them to accept? Then he could have said it when he was dying. When he was dying, he could have said, I am God. Or he could have told his disciples in secret that I am God. But later on, I'm going to show you what Jesus said to his disciples in secret, and he said, far from it. He didn't say I'm God. He said something else that actually proves he isn't God. In fact, Jesus' own followers didn't believe he's God, but that's I'm going to show it later. So anyway, Sam Shamoun, bring me one verse where Jesus said, I am God. There is no God beside me. That's all I want. It's so simple. It's an easy challenge, but I'm hoping you can do that. Maybe I've never read the first 4 Gospels good enough, but I think I know what you're going to do. You're going to bring up miracles, this and that,